Hey, folks, thank you for clicking on the video today. It was a great podcast where I ranked the top 10 best limited edition / holiday fast food items. If you are watching this, there's already another video out on Sunday. Phil, what did you have for us that day?
If you're clicking in by now, you've probably already figured out on YouTube that I went to Milwaukee and tried out some of the best food trucks, taco food trucks specifically. And I catch up with someone that lived out in California that lived the taco food lifestyle, the heat behind the grill per se. And check it out. And you can learn maybe a couple of things about tacos, which I'm learning too, the history behind the taco food trucks.
Welcome to Bro Taste This.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another exciting episode of VYV, brought to you by the Bro Tastes Boys. Welcome back, everyone. You know that voice. It's me, or whatever my pronouns are this week, Bill Golden Corral. Not here in person, but via the web. It's our trusty co-host, Luis Pablo. Speak.
Hello. Yeah, hello. Awesome. Thank you so much for the great introduction. So happy to be here.
That was very rude of me. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. And with us as well is lovely Leo.
Hello.
Maybe
hello.
that's your nickname. Maybe lovely Leo.
I like that.
Never picks a fight. Just happy to be here. Having a good time.
And it's the season too. It's Valentine's season.
Valentine's Day's around the corner. Leo, you got I know, Phil, you don't have a woman, but Leo, you have dinner reservations yet?
Well, we're planning on taking like a mini vacation up to the Dells, indoor water parks.
That is nice.
Been working a lot last couple of months, so hopefully it all goes well over there.
Yeah. Phil, any Valentine's Day plans?
No, it's just wait for the discounted chocolates.
There's going to be a lot of it. You excited to eat all of it?
Oh, tried new cuisines, maybe some fudge, or whatever other arts and crafts I can make with discounted chocolates.
Yeah, you excited to try fudge? Is that what you want to do?
Oh no, I'm just trying to expand my repertoire in the kitchen. When it comes to grilling, I'm a chicken master.
Yeah.
Give me some tinfoil, give me some chicken. Okay, I'll cook you some good.
We'll make
chicken.
it work. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But when it comes to the oven, dumbfounded. And I got to change that if I'm going to want to keep a woman in my life.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like baking is one of those things that if you just follow instructions well, I feel like anybody could be really good at it.
It's tough. Yeah, I got a bacon related story quickly. Then we can go on about more Valentine's Day stuff. But when I got back from Thailand, I ate a bunch of cake. But I ate just the cake mix. So I just made shitty fluffy stuff without putting any of the frosting. Just eating a handful of cake mix like it was cornbread and passing out. Just obviously getting super high because I couldn't smoke out there overseas. And when I got back I was like, blah. Just was eating a handful it was pretty bad. But I wouldn't have done any other way.
Wait, I just want to make sure I understood you correctly.
What?
You just ate fucking cake mix? You didn't put frosting, you just put it in the oven and then just ate it straight out of the...
Exactly. Out of the cake pan, the little squirt.
Yeah. Dude, I will say,
fudge, but with cake mix.
We made a cake. It's been a while. But the last time we baked a cake, Adriana and I, dude, I fucked that thing up. We put frosting on it and everything, and then we put it in the fridge.
It's not so hard. I mean, not so easy, right?
Dude, it's so fucking good. Cake in general, man, I feel like it's not as appreciated. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you bring a good homemade cake around, I will fuck that thing up. I will eat it till I feel super sick. And yeah, man, it's just terrible. But I love cake. I fucking love cake.
It's an underappreciated craft because once you mess up, you're past the point of no return. You get
to a point where you're like, yeah, this whole fucking slice is going down. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Leo, you love cake, or how do you feel about cake?
I do like cake, but like one thing that I think is completely like underappreciated is brownies. A good brownie,
Brownies.
and nobody ever has brownies. Like very few often. Like yeah, back in like school, sometimes somebody would bring like a batch of brownies. But dude, no, like good brownies are so underappreciated. Just a big chunk.
Like, see, I always knew you had a sweet tooth there, lovely Leo.
Yeah,
You're living up to
I
your new
do.
name now, Brownie Boy. I
I,
call you
I
the
I love
Brownie Boy.
sweets. Like
I will agree with you. Brownies do go fucking hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially because they're so like bite sized that you can just like go to town on like three or four of them.
it's one of those things that like for some reason like nobody really has that often.
That is a
Like
good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
People will
everybody will
bring
have
like,
cake on birthdays and everything, but like when was the last time you had a brownie? And then whenever you
that's
do have it,
true.
so good, so good.
Fuck. Yeah. And they're like mini cake, bro. That's the best part, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I do really, really fucking like is Rice Krispie treats.
Oh,
Dude,
but you
I went
can't.
on a tear like a year ago.
Oh, Jesus.
Like when we first
Uh,
started the podcast, I would just have Sam's Club like bulk boxes of Rice Krispie. Um, and so like Quan would come over and I like guaranteed like I'd have one like waiting for him just on the desk. It'd be like chocolate covered or M&M, but dude, I used to love those. Just because I saw a TikTok of like, hey, if you want to eat something before the gym, eat a Rice Krispie treat because it's like really easy for your body to digest and it's also got like sugar in it. But then when I spoke to a friend of the podcast, Rafa, he's like, dude, that's how you get diabetes because it spikes up your insulin. And then you try to work out, so you just like burn the energy right away. He's like, that's literally how you get diabetes. And I'm like, no shit. Maybe I shouldn't be eating a Rice Krispie treat every other day.
It's funny that like TikTok led you to like a bulk supply of like Rice Krispie treats.
Dude, I was
Just
I was on a
yeah.
bad
I
like
actually heard the same thing, but about like gummies. Are you supposed to
oh
eat them before
yeah.
the gym? Like take a handful of gummies and eat them. Like all right, I'm not
yeah.
gonna question it. Here I go.
Yeah, fuck yeah. No research, no further
Nope.
research. Just some guy on TikTok who's stronger
It's
than me
like
doing it. Fuck yeah.
I I like what you say, and you are buff. How to do it.
Good, yeah.
See, I heard the same thing about Swisher fish. Those little like gummy fishes, like essentially the same as gummy worms and all that shit.
Yeah. God, we're fucking retards, aren't we?
Yeah, we
Dude,
fall too easily for things.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to bring it back full circle
Mm-hmm.
and actually present the bottle of oh fuck. I don't know if it's gonna
Oh, that the cheap stuff you talked about
yeah,
last
this is
week?
a cheap testosterone booster that I bought that I was speaking about last week. So I was actually talking to my fiance about it, and she's like, "Do you
Mm-hmm.
still take that stuff? Like, is that stuff even good?" And I'm like, "I for sure know it hasn't done anything to my testosterone. I take it as if it was a fucking sugar pill." But interesting, I did find some reviews online. So here, I'll actually share my screen real quick, and you'll be able to. Um, where? There we go. Oh shit, Leo, you're gonna have to.
What am I gonna do?
You have to go to settings or fuck. You know what? We'll cut this bit out. But here, I'll just read the review. Here. So I
Okay.
found reviews about the testosterone booster, and it says the dosages are far too low to hit the maximum efficacy levels pretty much across the board for any over-the-counter testosterone boosters. You would need to take like twice the dosage that it provides. So instead of taking two pills, uh, two pills daily, I would have to take somewhere like six. So no wonder these motherfuckers were on discount.
Dude, be
Because
careful, dude. That's how Mac Miller died. He overdosed on testosterone and fucking took too many pills.
God, dude,
Or
all the
like
people.
the pills at the gas station that have like a big bowl. Dude,
Do you
those are like
know?
so unregulated. They probably work though.
You know those motherfuckers work. If they're like,
It'll be like a
yo,
Yeah.
huge gorilla. The pill's like the size of like a Tootsie Roll, and you're like, oh, that's gotta work.
And
yeah,
for
dude, that's gonna
Like
get me so jacked.
and like for no reason it's mixed with like CBD or Delta 8
yeah,
for like no reason at all. Like
and they just have a big sticker that says now only 99 cents. It's like, oh, I gotta have that.
I gotta get
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
exactly.
This is gonna get me
Dude,
through my 4 hours of fucking my 8 hour shift.
did you guys see that the energy drink Bang? is went under. Did we? I think we talked about this. It went under like super litigation for having false ingredients on their label, things like super creatine and
Oh,
BCAAs,
yeah.
which are very common to take in the fitness industry. So Bang started popping off like 2 to 3 years ago, and it was very smart with its marketing because it was like contacting like influencers, and it was like, this is the new drink. Take it before you work out. Take it before you go on a run. Like
Yeah.
300 milligrams of caffeine, and 300 milligrams of caffeine is, I mean, that's a fuck ton of caffeine. That's like 4 to 6 cups of coffee um,
In one can
in one
that you
can.
chug before the gym.
Yeah.
Well, especially in
And
like baller flavors like kiwi, like apple, and like
Star Blast,
yeah,
watermelon Riz, and you're like, yeah. And
dragon
you know, I'm
fire
guilty of,
kiss.
yeah, I'm guilty of drinking a bunch of those because I'm like, whatever, I just need some caffeine before the gym or something. So
Hmm.
yeah, they actually are now set. You can find them for like $1 at most stores. They just have like a shopping cart full of them just because they're like they went out of business and
Damn.
yeah, fucked up, huh?
You live long enough. If you, wait, you either become the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
So you see yourself become the villain.
A fall from
Could not
grace.
agree more. But
Because if
yeah,
I
man,
remember
let's
correctly, Bang is the same energy drink that had like ridiculous like swimsuit models and bathtubs for like no
yeah.
reason. Like Bang, this
Yeah,
hired a
that was
bunch
their
of like.
whole marketing campaign was just like
Hmm.
it went after the fitness industry and it did it really well. I think like there's a bunch of people who were like, I'm a Bang athlete, I'm a Bang athlete. So it's like it was really, really smart with its marketing and people were drinking them like crazy.
I'm a Bang
And
bro.
the other one that's really like hit the courts lately is Celsius. Do you guys know about this?
Is that
Yeah, I saw that the Flow Rider was suing
Celsius?
them,
Flow
Florida
Rider?
did sue them, yeah. Yeah, in the state of
What?
Florida, I
and he
believe.
won.
Yes, and he like for like 6.8 million or something like that.
Yeah,
What
Um,
the hell?
yeah, so Celsius is another energy drink which was giving people heart palpitations and giving people kidney failure. It's the same thing. They were like, marketing themselves as like the healthy energy drink. And I got to tell you, folks, there's
actually,
no
real
such
quick,
thing. Please,
was 80.6 million
it was
dollars.
that much.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means, but
Damn,
that
dude, I didn't
sounds
realize it was that.
bad.
well, it's because he was a brand ambassador for 4 years, and I guess the whole time he never got paid, and
Oh,
he
what?
sued and won $82.6 million.
4 years of
God
back pay?
damn,
Yeah,
Hell no. Dude,
dude, that's fucking crazy.
they tried to get me
Yeah.
to work overtime with back pay. I'm like, no, no, no. Imagine,
No. But yeah,
imagine
we'll pay
four
you like two.
years, you know?
Yeah, you're like, yeah, no. Dude, that's crazy. I didn't realize it was because of that. I thought it was because of the similar shit. I didn't know he was a recognized sponsorship.
Not no more.
82, you said?
yeah, 82.6.
Fucking A. That's a
It's almost
lot.
100 million.
That's a lot of fucking money. That's probably more money than he made the entire last 10 years.
Dude,
When's the last time you fucking heard about Florida?
imagine all the apple bottom jeans you can buy now.
Dude, exactly.
Matching with the boots
Exactly.
with the fur. Hey,
Exactly.
speaking of fur, Daisy the dachshund, how's she going?
Yeah,
Is she
she's
housebroken
still fuck, no, she's broken half my house.
yet?
But no, she's doing well. She's with me right now. She walked over here. Right, baby girl? She got to my boogers. But no, man, it's cool. I love having a dog. I really wanted a dog since I moved up here, just to have some presence and no, dude, it's sweet. She's a great pet, but she is not house trained at all.
Nope.
She doesn't give a fuck where I put the pad. She doesn't give a fuck about where her toys are. She just moves everything the way she is. She'll shit and piss all over the house. She doesn't care. But she's a sweetheart. Right, baby girl?
Yeah, with a name like Daisy, that sounds very characteristic.
Exactly.
It's like the horoscopes, you know. Some dogs are just, she's meant to be a Daisy because, I mean, just because of
Yeah.
her outlandish behavior.
Yeah, she'll probably hang out with me for a bit. We'll see. I don't know how she'll do on the mic for that long. But yeah, man, I actually had a fun weekend this week. I went to go see the comedian Annie Letterman.
Oh, Annie Letterman from the
Yeah,
famous truck walk incident with Brenda Schaub?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
From Trash Tuesdays. People will know her from Joe Rogan appearances. She was also on Girl Code back in the day.
Oh
and
yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah, she's
Damn.
she's on tour. My fiance is a big fan of hers from Chess Tuesday and a number of other things. So went to go see her at Comedy on State, and I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun show. She did a lot of crowd work. That's really her style.
Oh, did you pick
Uh,
you? Did you pick you guys?
she did actually. She
Oh
goes,
wow.
anybody engaged in the crowd? And of course, like Adriana like wooed,
Oh
and
no.
she pointed at me and she's like, "This guy didn't woo." And so then she started like asking us questions and shit, and I was just like frozen. Like, "Oh, this guy didn't woo," and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Woo."
Well, first off, she wasn't supposed to. You're
Yeah, what the
supposed to be
fuck?
hit it.
Supposed to ignore her questions. No, but we were sitting very, very close to the stage, like very
Damn.
close. Like usually as far away as you are from the bartender at a bar. Like that's how close we were. Um
Wow.
Yeah, so I felt like a lot of eye contact throughout the night, and it's just because like the back of the room is very dark, but the front of the room like you can just like see what each person is wearing and everything. So yeah, it was cool, man. We got a picture with her afterwards, and she signed my third nipple.
Oh hell yeah.
She's like, by the way, guys, I'm doing a meet and greet upstairs. I have merch. Feel free, like if you guys have like a weird fingers or like a third nipple or something. And I was like, hey. Like Adriana wanted to go meet her anyway, so I'm like, fuck it. We went up there, and then I met her
Hmm.
boyfriend, and I was like, he was just like
Is
in
he a
the table
comedian
selling.
or like?
No, he's just like a regular guy, I think,
Oh
that tours
nice.
with her. But yeah, I was like in line, and he was selling merch for her,
Hmm.
like a good man does. And I was like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "How's it going?" And I was like, "How long you guys in for?" Just trying to make small talk.
It would have been funny if he came, if like you came up to him and was like, "Oh, you're the one that didn't woo, right?"
But no, we went up to like take a picture with her, and she goes, "Oh, you guys were the engaged couple," and I'm like, "Yeah,"
Oh, nice.
and I'm like, "Oh, that she actually remembered." So yeah, it was a cool thing, man.
See, I know at most clubs and like when the community comes by, they have like special themed drinks. Did she have like a any like?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she
I
did.
was not a fan of that, and I was also not a fan of like the 2 drink minimum rule per person.
Oh yeah, that's a given.
I was like, "Fuck it," like I'll have two anyway, but still, I'm like,
Hmm.
like so I had to like,
It's like I don't want to, but it's required.
I don't want
Hey,
to.
look, give me four more. It's
Yeah.
required,
I don't want to drink and drive, but I will.
but it is the
That's-
rules.
yeah, it is the officer. Like, go
They
go pull
forced me
them over. Yeah, I
to
didn't do
drink minimum.
shit.
I don't want to save my life and take the vaccine, but I want to go watch football. So.
Yeah, so I will do this. But yeah, so I had to like power through my first one because I wanted to like just not have the server like at the table.
Hmm.
And so I like chugged the first. I just had 2 beers, but I chugged the first one immediately, and I'm like, so good. And then I ordered another one immediately.
Oh,
And then after the second one, I was like, all right, I gotta settle down.
what were they like? Summer shandies or something? Or
No, they were just Michelob Ultras. But
oh,
yeah, she
okay.
did have like you just know that with the featured drinks, like the bar's like, hey, we just want to sell this. Like just give it whatever fucking name you want.
Yeah.
And it's funny because one of the drinks was called the Annie fucking Letterman, and it was just like a mango margarita.
What the
And
hell?
when my fiance ordered it, she goes, "Can I get the Annie Letterman?" And the server goes, "The Annie fucking Letterman?" Like we're 16, and I was like, "Sorry, she didn't want to swear, sir. Sorry that
Uses
my fiance,
uses lost $1.
yeah, motherfucker."
Knock knock. Who's there? $1 less, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. But he looked at her like the Annie fucking Letterman, and I was like,
Mm,
"All right, dude, relax.
damn.
You fuck. All right, I get it."
But it's funny that
But
the mango margarita. Woo.
it was just yeah, it was like simple drinks. Like, oh, this
Mm.
one's a pina colada, and it's called like the Trash Tuesday hour or something. So yeah, man. No, I enjoyed the show. I'm really looking forward to going to a few more comedy shows, and I was hoping that
Hmm.
maybe you can come up here and do some open mic.
Oh, I would love to. I
I
got.
would love to see you get on the mic in front of strangers that don't know you and just be like, hey, just see how you do.
I got a premise. I don't care if this is taken, by the way. This is someone else takes this. Probably can do a better job with this. But if Pete Davidson keeps going around doing what he does, he's gonna make it like a Legion of Doom of all the ex-boyfriends. So it's gonna be like just I can't think of some, but like
There's something there for sure. That's a good premise, but yeah, how do you deliver that?
Oh, Kanye West.
Yeah,
he's gonna
Doctor
be like
Doom.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And like
Lex Luthor is gonna be Kanye West.
Around the table, it's gonna be Larry David. Like he fucked my daughter. Like my daughter. I don't agree with his views, but
Who was dating Retichowski before him? Was it Ben Affleck?
Wasn't it Jason Segel?
Oh my
Was it
God.
Jason Segel? Maybe. Dude, this motherfucker has a hit list.
For real. So it's funny to think that it was like an Eskimo Brothers
Yeah.
of hatred of Pete Davidson. Like he ruined my marriage. Kanye West is like the head of the helm.
Dude, that is fucked.
He may be anti-Semitic.
This dude's out of control. He made me anti-Semitic. Oh man. Into other news.
I can see how long until I get kicked out, banned from the open mics in Madison.
Yeah, they're like, no.
Speed run.
Dude, some of the jokes are pretty they were pretty out there. Really funny. Do you guys know the name of the casino in Madison?
Ho Chunk
Yes.
or a Panamadabwe.
She was asking like, oh, does anyone here gamble? Like going into a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this group of maybe 6 or 8 people that were all the way in the back who were in the act for most of the night, participating.
Heckling?
And she, not heckling, but just anytime she would ask a question, they would always participate,
Mm-hmm.
And so they just yell out "Ho Chunk," and she's like, "What?" And they're like, "Ho Chunk," and now more people are yelling out "Ho Chunk." She's like, "Chunk." And then the nearby is like, the casino is called Ho Chunk. And finally it gets to her and she's like, so the casino is called Ho Chunk, the casino. And somebody very close to the front stage was like, yeah, it's indigenous. And she's like, oh, it's beautiful. I'm so sorry. Immediately, instead of dogging it or saying something horrible, she was like, I'm so sorry.
She was about to get canceled.
Yeah, she I could see it in her eyes. She's like, nope, not gonna go there. Not gonna say anything that might fuck up my career. I'm just gonna.
It's their culture.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna say that.
Honestly, it just sounds like she was just buying time. I got 45 minutes. What? What is that? What?
There was a few times that she was reaching where you're like, all right, let's get to a joke.
What is that?
I don't know. How do you guys feel about crowd work?
Oh, well, I mean, if it goes well, it goes well. But I tried some crowd work with the one date I went on with the psychic, and that didn't go well. So I got mixed reactions going on.
I think there's some comedians that are very, very good at it, like Giannis Papas, Sam Morril, Stavros, Dave Attell.
I was just gonna say Dave Attell. Wow, hell yeah.
Dave Attell is the king, the GOAT. Him and Jeff Ross are both amazing at crowd work. But I think I don't know if there's just a big movement lately of crowd work of oh, where are you guys from? What's your story? Just to try to get a 2-minute clip on Instagram. Yeah. So it's I don't blame the grind, I don't blame the hustle, but I do get annoyed when it's all right, I'm here to see a comedy show.
Don't dog
Let's
on
see some
me.
Comedy.
No,
not even don't dog on me. It's not about that. It's just I also want to see some comedy. I want to see written jokes. I want to see something funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, come prepared with material.
Yeah, don't be oh, so where are you guys from? It's Madison. The city you're in.
So let me guess, you all make cheese or something?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, ha ha ha, it's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, oh. She did say she was dogging on the cheese curds and the amount of dairy that we eat. That part was really funny. She's oh, I had one of those brutal lactose intolerant farts. All you guys fucking eat is cheese curds and dairy. She's like, those farts feel you hit a sharp corner. And I'm like, I completely agree with you.
See, that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. But
it sounds like a good weekend though.
Yeah, it was good, man. Did you guys see the movie You People on Netflix?
No, but I've heard good things about it.
You did? Okay. Leo, what were your thoughts?
I thought it was really funny. I wasn't expecting it to be that funny. I was just like, well, I've heard some things about it. Let me watch it. And it made some funny jokes,
Now,
especially
It
because
was
like,
for someone who hasn't seen it, it's about someone that's like in the rap business, right? This is about the rap culture, or
well, it's more like about interracial dating, but it's like
oh,
it has some really funny jokes in it. Like some moments where it's like I like the movie, but it like made you like uncomfortable. It's like, oh, it's a lot of like, what do you even do at that point? You know,
mm-hmm.
like it
yeah.
was really funny though.
The
It's
premise.
like one of those like, if you're in that situation, what do you even say? It's like,
It sounds like a modern a reboot classic of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, like oh, like it's a black family and like oh, here comes a white boyfriend, or vice
yeah,
versa. So
Yeah, I like
sounds
that it
great.
wasn't just like a white boyfriend, a black girlfriend. Like it really was like this is a Jewish kid played by Jonah Hill,
Mm-hmm.
like meeting a black converted Muslim family. So and it's also like the cast is like amazing. So like Julia Dreyfus, I forget her full name, but she's the mother of Jonah Hill. She's actually like I would say like the third most important character in the movie. Eddie Murphy's in it, Jonah Hill's in it. And then like there's a lot of guest appearances from like other comedians. So like Andrew Schultz makes an appearance in the movie. Um and there's there's another big one that
It
I can't
it
remember.
sounds like a star-studded like ensemble, honestly, of
It
like the
really
new
was.
people too, because like you got legacy like Eddie Murphy, and then you got rising people like Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, and like the other big one was like Sam J. So
Mm.
Sam J is a black comedian. She's from like she's really popping off right now. Who she'll also be in Madison in a couple of weeks.
Oh, nice.
But the there's a subplot in the movie about Jonah Hill wanting to quit his full-time job in order to pursue his dream of being a full-time podcaster.
Jesus, no.
And that's like a not a huge plot point, but kind of because he is on a podcast with a black lesbian who's Sam J, played by Sam J, and they talk about like the culture. That's how they refer to
The
it.
culture.
the culture, dude.
And
They would be
every
like, whose culture?
yeah, exactly.
Like, well, the
And
culture.
yeah, all they talk about in the clips that they show are like, can black people and white people be friends or date or anything like that?
Yeah.
And so it's an interesting subplot, but the clips of the podcast that you see are not the best. They're actually quite boring. And it's like at the end of the movie, this is not a spoiler by any means.
Mm-hmm.
They are picked up by Complex. Complex, who make First We Feast, which is like Sean Evans, Hot Ones. They make Sneaker Shopping.
Yeah.
So they are pretty like in line with, modern day pop culture and stuff, especially like the rap industry, the shoe industry, and a bunch of other stuff. But at the same time, like who the fuck would want to listen to a podcast about like can black people and white people get along? Like, aren't we past that? Doesn't that kind of feel like reverse racism?
Well, I mean, it's just the fact that you said it was boring. Did it like make you like reminiscence of our podcast? Did you think that we do a better job podcasting than like the
Than
culture
what they were
war?
doing? Yes. The movie is fantastic. I really enjoyed it. It was really funny. There's some really
Mm-hmm.
funny lines that I don't want to like ruin or spoil for people. Definitely go watch it. It's a great comedy, heartfelt moments.
Definitely.
Um, but yeah, the podcast clips that they were showing were like, like I don't know if white people and black people can get along. Like there's too much like drama there. There's too much heartfelt there. And it's like, what? And it's just like 30-second clip and then they go into the next scene, so it's like all right, but at the same time it's like, well, who is this, who would watch something like that?
I do like the premise though. It's like a black converted like Israelites, like we're the true Jews, like kind of like family. So the
Yeah,
dynamic should be funny.
it was that part was really really funny. Yeah, I don't want to spoil any of the jokes or the movie, but yeah, definitely go watch it. I just thought it was funny that like he had a very good financial job. Like it clearly looked like he was doing well in life, and he's like, "Nah, fuck that. I want to talk about rap. I want to talk about shoes. I want to talk
The
about."
culture.
Yeah, he's just it's
You
like
just said the culture.
yeah,
So I found that part so funny. You just kept saying the culture. It's like, what do
and
you
it's
mean the
like
culture?
what
It's
culture?
just
Yeah,
naming the stereotypes. Just like,
It's like,
yeah,
the culture.
yeah, and he's like, "All right, okay,"
hey, maybe
but
comedy's back to a full swing where you can't make jokes about this now. Where you're like, You know what?
Dude, there's some hilarious jokes in there. I don't want to spoil them for you, but yeah, definitely go watch it. Some jokes that are pretty racy and like Leo said, they make you uncomfortable.
I gotta watch it soon because Netflix is.
It's more like you feel like guilty laughing at them. Like,
Yeah.
it's like I'm not Jew or black, so can I laugh?
You're looking around, make sure like no one's recording you.
Yeah, it's like who's here? Like
Yeah.
you start laughing, you get canceled. Oh.
And
But yeah, Netflix is please if they're gonna stop their password sharing accounts.
Exactly, yeah. So if you're a college student or you're a distance worker or whatever, or a worker of the night, any password account sharing, it's gonna be done for. So like I got to catch up on that because I'm using my brother's Netflix. I haven't paid for Netflix in maybe 2 years, and I don't even use Netflix. I haven't even seen. The last thing I used Netflix for was freaking stupid Drink Masters. There we go.
Drink Master, the thing that we made you watch.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. Other than that, no, I haven't touched Netflix. I don't touch Netflix.
No, I don't use Netflix. That I would say probably maybe my fiance uses it way more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, it's like
it seems more of like a girl thing, though. That's why
I don't think it is. I think there's a ton of shit on there, but it definitely has like it has a ton of shit. But I just think they're gonna lose a lot of users. Like, who's gonna be like, oh, they've been like borrowing someone's Netflix, and then all of a sudden they're gonna be like, yeah, I'll pay for a price. Like they weren't paying full price before.
They have like the shows like the 100 and like Vampire Diaries and just stuff that like girls and girlfriends love. They love.
So you're saying only women like using Netflix?
I think Netflix caters more to a demographic, and that's like ladies in relationships.
Yeah.
Or
Leo, do you agree or disagree with Phil?
I don't know. I kind of disagree just because
okay,
there's really like hundreds and hundreds of things on there. I think mostly though streaming services in general it's just become like you kind of get it when you want to watch something. You don't really like get it to like browse as much anymore just because everything's become so like they only have like Netflix pretty much only has like Netflix exclusives now. And like Peacock only has like things from NBC, so you kind of just have to like know what you want to watch because like literally Netflix I used to watch it all the time just because they had The Office, they had like Parks and Rec, and like a bunch of sitcoms I used to watch, but now they're all gone.
They're all back at NBC.
They're all back at NBC.
I also disagree. I think that's actually a pretty stupid point you made, Phil. I don't think it's a woman exclusive content creator. They just have so much shit, and it's also like Netflix really is the standard. Well, I have Netflix and Disney Plus. I have Netflix and HBO Max. Like I have Netflix and Hulu. Like it's the standard. I feel like.
Don't forget Amazon.
Yes, but like, sure, and Paramount Plus and fucking Quibi, whatever else you want to add to the
ESPN Plus. Don't forget
ESPN Plus and CBS Sports Golazo and
YouTube
TV. Telemundo Plus,
Telemundo Plus, and
Univision Plus,
VIX.
And out of all those, ladies Latino are more attracted to Netflix. Out of the that conundrum. That concoction of
you're so dumb. That's not the case. I watch a lot of Netflix myself.
I think it's just like, Bill, you don't watch Netflix, so you think only girls watch Netflix.
He's like, Peacock has the WWE, so I have Peacock.
HBO's got Batman, so I watch HBO.
Yeah, there you go.
Speaking of HBO, quick though, have you guys seen The Last of Us?
No, but I need to get HBO Max. I like Phil was saying
They're so good.
Leo, like you were saying, you get content when it's available. And for me, I will like actively cancel a service to then get a new one. So for like Last of Us, I think I'm gonna wait till it's all out and then get a month worth of HBO.
Dude, I heard Ron Swanson's in there and he's gay.
He is in there. He is pretty gay. No, but it's been super good so far. Like every episode has been interesting. It's like follows the game pretty closely, but also adds a bunch of context that you don't see in the game. And it's been like, damn.
I mean, all jokes aside, I heard the Ron Swanson episode was like really emotional and powerful. Like
Yeah, it
story wise,
was.
I heard
I
it's like a
recommend you
good
guys
job.
watch that episode. Like
Uh,
it was like a very like it was a very sad episode where it's just
I
like
think I'm gonna
but
have to
also
get it
made you
this
feel
weekend.
like happy. Like definitely recommend watching episode 3 just 'cause that's something like even if you played the game, you well obviously like if you played the game, you kind of know that the character was gay. They kind of implied it, not like directly said it, but they
yep.
implied it. But they added like his whole story of what happened between those years of the apocalypse, not just like in the game where you just show up, meet him 10 years after it had already started. No, it happened like all the years between the apocalypse, why he was like that.
See, that's real
No,
man shit right there.
yeah, I have not played a single minute of Last of Us. I know a couple of like things that are supposed to happen, but like
Wow.
I'm really looking forward to watching the series.
Mm.
And the first episode actually did, I think, if not better numbers than House of Dragon. And House of Dragon, like, I mean, we talked about it on the show, like, blew up and became like such a phenomenon. Like everyone that said they weren't going to go back to Game of
Hmm.
Thrones, we all went in balls deep on Game of Thrones again.
Everybody was stunning.
Yeah. And I think I heard that about like the latest episode too, like episode 3. Like I think more people watch that one than the first episode, just because it
Yeah.
really is like a self-contained story. You can probably watch episode 3 by itself and just
Really?
kind of get it's like its own story. Like yeah, the characters, like the main characters, like Joel and Ellie, still play a little part of it, but it really does like a lot of the story just belongs to like Ron Swanson. Well, it's not Ron
Yeah.
Swanson. There, his name is like Bill and Frank, but.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Like
mean,
it,
and
no, it's a
I'll,
really good episode. We're watching it and like it really did make you feel emotional.
that's the other thing that I was going to touch on, which is Pedro Pascal is playing the main character.
Oh, the Mandalorian feller.
Yeah, the Mandal. He's been on a tear since he made an appearance on Game of Thrones,
Oh
season
yeah.
4, I believe it was, as the Viper King.
He's the
And
promiscuous guy. The promiscuous
yeah,
prince
yeah,
king.
we got this fucking watermelon cracked open.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I really like him as an actor, and he's always funny to watch in interviews and stuff. So I definitely want to watch it for him alone, just because I think he's like super talented. But
Yeah.
yeah, man,
And you can find content like that on like off of not on Netflix. You know what I mean? You'll find Wednesday on Netflix, but good shit.
I feel like a lot of guys watch Netflix.
No,
As soon as he
no,
said that, I feel like a lot of guys watch Netflix.
I meant Wednesday, but
I,
dude,
I heard the co-star of Wednesday is a dude, right? And he's like underneath some like sexual allegations for being a bad guy.
really,
Yeah.
dude, I was on TikTok the other day,
Hmm.
like most men are, and you know, because TikTok is for men too.
Yep.
And
The manosphere is expanding.
somebody had gone, I think in like one of the latest, Jenna Ortega, who plays Wednesday Adams,
Yep.
in one of her latest Instagram posts, they actually like went through the comments, and some of the comments were like horrific, like I want you to step on my balls and stuff like that. But then there was one comment that just said, "It's Halloween night. I am the darkness. I can't be everywhere at once," and like typed out the entire monologue beginning of the Batman, and it was like the second or most liked comment in her post. And I'm like, who's doing this? Who's commenting like the entire monologue?
Thursday, October is on it.
It is dark. It's windy, and like line by line.
Dude,
And
there
I'm
was like
fuck
a
yes.
time during the middle of the pandemic where you would go like on random like celebrities Instagrams and read the comments and they'll just be like the fitness gram pacer test.
Yes.
You guys
Dude,
remember that era of like
yes.
memes or like nobody knew what to do anymore?
Just we were all fucking bored out. We wanted to blow our own brains out. God, dude, I drank so much during COVID, during the quarantine specifically. Like,
It's like, oh,
dude,
I don't gotta work tomorrow.
dude, I don't have to do anything. And you know what's funny is this last weekend after that stand-up night, I
Mhm.
went to buy some White Claws.
Some
And
White Claws.
dude, before I'm not proud of this by any means anymore,
Yeah.
but I could put down like 8 and still like walk,
Yep. Pretty manly.
still,
Man shit.
yeah,
White Claw.
yeah,
Man shit. Yep.
somebody get me my keys. But but I could put down like like a full pack of White Claws and still like not pee my pants. And this last weekend I had two, and I was like, I need to lay in bed. Like I do not feel well. And that could be because of age, but I mean the quarantine was only like 2-3 years ago, and I'm like, dude, I was putting down a case of White Claws like every other day during that time.
That sounds deadly.
Yeah, dude, it was not good.
And I bet you the flavors now are like much more better. They probably got some like Bang crossover White Claw flavors.
Yeah. Bang is doing a collaboration with One Piece or something. And you're like, sure, whatever.
Yeah, what
And now everybody has a hard seltzer. Like Monster has a hard seltzer. There's a Mountain Dew Baja Blast hard seltzer.
Fucking the Sour Patch Kids hard seltzer.
Topo Chico. The
Topo
mineral
Chico
water.
yeah, and you're like, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll have one. Who the fuck cares? There's
It's like Monster. They make the worst energy drink. They all the sugar, all the ingredients, but they got a hard seltzer. Here I go.
yeah, they got a hard seltzer too. You're like, well, fuck it. Can't be much worse than the other thing.
You know what's a better alternative? Like you were saying last week, coffee. You selling your coffee game?
Oh,
dude. What do you mean?
I've been drinking so much coffee. I don't know why I recently like rediscovered how much I love coffee. I'm very surprised because I've been drinking coffee for like consistently for like 10 years, like since I really started having like a cup every now and then. And like for the last couple of years, it's been like at least a cup a day. And there's days where I just like won't drink any depending on what time I wake up. But like, yeah, man, dude, I don't know what it is. I've been enjoying coffee a little too much lately.
See, I have humble roots myself. Growing up, my daddy used to like collect scrap metal and sell it at recycling yards and all that stuff. So on the weekends, I would go out with him. 13-year-old,
a real blue collar kind of guy.
Yeah, and he would give me like a 20 or 50 at the end of it, and we would always go to diners. And like, I was not a big fan of coffee, so I'd always get like a cappuccino,
Nice.
and like just being filled with sugar right away in the morning, because like cappuccinos are pretty sweet, not naturally, right?
No, you definitely have to add sugar to them, unless it specifies like this is a vanilla bean or this is like a mocha flavored cappuccino or something like that. So there's like hazelnut, but unless they specify, usually it's just foam on top and cream.
It was much sweeter than black coffee.
Do you guys poop a lot when you drink coffee, or are you guys' bowel movements pretty regular?
I pee a lot, but I don't.
It's like right after the first cup of coffee. We're always
Same.
gonna feel it. Well, it's just with any caffeine in general. Like, it's like a big thing. Like you take pre-workout, first thing you do when you get to the gym. There we go.
You're like, fuck, I gotta go shit.
They do call
You're
it a
all
coffee.
hype, but you're like, I gotta shit.
I'm all energized. Like, you're all energized for the bathroom.
Yeah. Dude, that happened to me. Leo, speaking of, that happened to me this weekend. So down the hall from my apartment is a gym. Like literally it's like two doors down. Like it's very close. And
Yeah.
I have some pre-workout. I'm in the gym for, I'm not kidding, 2 minutes. Stretching with the bands, like starting to get warmed up. And like it just hit me. I'm like, I think I might need to go to the bathroom. To like 5 seconds, I'm like, I'm about to shit my pants. Like this is gonna explode out of me.
You're over there shuffling back home.
Yeah, sure enough,
down.
I'm like in the bathroom, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, and I'm just in there for like 10 minutes, and then I come out, and there's like 2 other guys in the gym. I'm like, fuck, I can't work out like this. All my energy's gone.
They're over there like, who farted? What the hell?
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck? It smells like fucking shit in here.
It's like, I don't know. I just showed up.
Ooh, hey guys, is this my backpack? Did I leave this here for last time I was here? So, man, it sucks.
Yeah, that's funny.
No, that happens all the time. Where it's like, as soon as like, it's always like, especially like early in the mornings, or like when you have nothing else in your stomach, when you have that caffeine, everything just comes out. You're like, boom.
Well, they call it a coffee enema, right? Isn't that like a popular term? Like, oh my god, like coffee.
No, people
enemas?
give themselves coffee enemas.
Oh, they put coffee up the butts and like.
Yeah, it's supposed to like get everything out. Yeah.
Dude, talk about the
Yeah,
harsh
bro.
reality beauty standards. Like, clearly they're doing that for like beauty tips and all that stuff. And like,
yeah, dude, this is something I wanted to talk about today is that I think most men have, I shouldn't say most men. That's actually false. I shouldn't just make a blanket statement because,
yeah, like say girls watch Netflix only.
Yeah,
Who would
you're gonna
say such
sound
a
like
dumb thing like
an
that?
effing R word, but
Smooth brain, dummy.
yeah, I think men have just as much possibility of having an eating disorder, but it isn't talked about enough. Like I think it just like guys try to intermittent fast and do it in unhealthy ways. Guys try to starve themselves in terms of like not eating enough because they think they're gonna like gain a lot of weight, and also like nutrition, like just trying to like eat protein when like maybe you will need some vegetables and some carbs to like get you through the day. And I recently found out about this like in the last I'd say year because I've heard like other like fitness people talk about it, but also like people started bringing up the term like cortisol levels, which is a term that I was unfamiliar with in the last year. Like
Wait,
maybe you're
are these the same
bloated.
people that were telling you to eat like Rice Krispie treats before the like? Gym?
No, these people were actually credible.
Oh
like,
hell yeah, okay.
Like Dr. Rhonda Patrick, like Andrew Huberman, like Lex Friedman, like people who are actually intelligent people who are like breaking down medical journals and like citing their sources and not just saying like, yeah, if you just like don't eat the first meal of the day, you're gonna lose weight. Like that's fucking easy.
The Honorable Dr. Martin Luther King.
Exactly. But then yeah, like I also yeah. I also read Jeanette McCurdy's book recently.
Oh,
which is
from iCarly?
Yes, her book. I'm glad my mom passed away.
Yeah.
I think is the term. But I read the book, and in it she talks about dealing with eating disorders for most of her life. A great book. I highly recommend anyone to pick it up. Even if you do love your parents, it's still a very good book. But yeah, she talks about the guilt that she felt in like when she had very high caloric meals, and I'm like, not to that extent where she's having to like force herself to purge afterwards, but like I do feel very guilty, and my body will tell me like I cannot eat for the rest of the day. Like I've had my caloric intake for the rest of the day, instead of being like it's a slip up, like not a big deal, like let's get through the rest of the day and just like take it easy.
Damn, your workouts.
I would love to hear. Go ahead.
I was gonna say your workouts must be intense. You must be in the gym just listening to like the sad tales of like someone struggling with their eating or something. I was like, yes, duh.
I just play the 30 seconds of interlinked segment on from Blade Runner 2049 or like and just say I'm him over and over again.
That's you're rowing. That's literally
that's literally me. Yeah, and on my phone I just have pictures of Ryan Gosling and Patrick Bateman and Robert Pattinson in all his different roles, and I just keep saying that's me. Over and over.
Or you guys don't do the normal thing where you just like pull up old text and be like, I'll show you who's good enough. You're like, no, I don't need no spotter. I drop it.
Exactly.
You just
pull up pictures of empty bleachers and you're like, yep, this looks familiar. Like, you were never there when I needed you most. Like, I'll fucking show you.
It's like, I'll show you.
You have a sticker that says "Do it for you," like the 13-year-old self-you. Do it for him.
Exactly. She's okay. She's broken. He's okay.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not okay. Oh.
No, but
yeah, man, it's. I think it's worth a discussion.
I'm glad you mentioned like the Robert Pattinson and like the Norman Bateman from like
Patrick
Bateman from American Psycho, right? Because that kind of like starts like that male image that like he's a psychopath. He wakes up, he puts like ice on his face because he has to have this like social image. It's kind of like a power driven thing. Like you got to hold yourself to a certain standard in society, and who placed those standards in society to begin with? Netflix. It all leads back to Netflix, my man. I'm telling you.
No, I actually want to get kind of like meta about this because there is if if you guys agree or disagree, this is up for debate. This is just what I've seen. There is a certain audience on social media that is like, I have to be an alpha. I have to be better, whatever it takes, like chicken and rice every day. So there's like that core. And then there's like the self-aware core who's just like, have you guys seen the hashtag core on Instagram or TikTok?
What's it called? Core?
Core,
Core.
CORE.
That sounds
And it's
fucking
just
heavy.
like self-aware people who just like, it's just a compilation of videos and images and like quick clips, and it's just like fed up with like all the bullshit of like, it literally show clips of like, I'll show you how great I am, and then just like Ryan Gosling in the movie Blade Runner 2049 saying interlinked over and over again, and just him yelling, and it's like, how much fucking social media can we physically digest? Like, isn't enough? Like, can't you just like take a day off? So it's like that whole trying to be better and be the best person that you are, but then also like realizing like all this is bullshit and we're all just like on social media showing fake versions of ourselves and like eating like fucking dogs the same meal every day. Like, can't we just put our phones down and enjoy life a little?
See, it's tough because we're always supposed to be evolving, right?
Yes.
Let's look at the same issues that our grandparents or our forefathers had like 100 years ago. They were,
Yeah.
eating the bare minimum, and like they were looking pretty. They were looking pretty nice. Most of them are like leaned out and whatnot. And America has a pretty bad obesity problem. So either it's because we have too many distractions that keep us away from the bare physical requirements that is needed in life, or it's just the fact that we've advanced so far with technology where the convenience is there and it's no longer needed to be, that actively fit. So then you get, again, instead of doing the hard work of like proper dieting, proper this, you're like, I'm just gonna not eat. I'm just gonna revert to not doing nothing about it. And like, hopefully I can get back to my forefathers.
Yeah. I mean, there is that saying that like, hard times make hard men make easy times
See, it's tough though, because when you talk
make
about
me
this,
hard.
I kind of feel like this leads into like a very like weird like right wing like
Yeah,
alpha
dude,
male Tucker. Like it's hard.
it's all fucking bullshit is what I'm realizing. Like all these like,
I think like honestly it's just been like the fact that we just have so much like food available to us that we don't have to like if we're hungry we just eat. Like back then people would be like meat wasn't as readily available. So they'll
Mhm.
be like eating meat like once or twice a week and all of a sudden a lot of veggies, a lot of like beans, like nopales, rice, like tortillas. And that's why like you look at our grandparents, they live to like 110.
Yeah, for
Because
real.
they'd eat meat like once a day. But now like that kind of food, like if you tell yourself like, oh, I'm gonna eat these beans and rice today. And then like at the end of the week I'll have meat. I'll be like, why would I do that when I have a cheeseburger for $1?
what am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's
It's
all
like,
you're eating. Yeah,
hell
that's what I
no.
feed my
And then
dog.
he's like, that doesn't fill me up. I want a whole cheeseburger, a nice pound of
Dude, I
meat.
Yeah.
know. It's like, and I think I personally feel very guilty about it. That I'm like, I'll have a meal, and I'm like, is this enough? Like, is this enough food?
Oh yeah.
But it's like, dude, yeah. My fucking dad used to go to bed eating bread and a glass of milk. Like, and he would just be like, yeah, I'm good. Like, whatever. And
Humble.
it's like, yeah, the consumerism is crazy.
It's a
You,
convenience that makes it so readily available. Good. And
yeah,
there's places which I've never even considered, like in America, that are food deserts. Right? You go to Missouri and all this stuff. So, and like in Kentucky and like these whole rural parts in America, there's just food deserts. And the food that is readily available are like shitty, like cornstarch, but potatoes, and like you put water to it, and like you're not getting any nutrients. You're getting yourself filled with sodium and a
yeah.
bunch of bullshit.
No, man.
And
And
I've never even speak because I eat Burger King every morning. So I mean,
do you really?
no, I mean that's a hyperbole.
Every
but
other morning.
yeah.
Dude, it's interesting because like some of these fast food places, like specifically McDonald's, the quality of meat that they have to provide is like actually insane to think about. Like they have to be providing good quality burger meat because they could get sued at any moment because of how many fucking McDonald's there are across the world.
Yep.
It's like when their meat gets tested, it's like it's not fresh, but it's like decent fucking meat. It's weird.
They went underneath litigation a couple of years ago because they were marketing their burgers as like 100% USDA beef, which wasn't true at all. But they were saying that's the type of branding of burgers they were saying. So like you can't brand your burgers as like a classification. They were trying to get away with that.
But no. The company that makes them is called 100% USDA approved. They're like that feels like it's even more legal. That feels
right
horrible.
there. It's in the title right there. See?
Yeah, it's in the title. Yeah, it's not us. It's the company. No, man. I think speaking of consumerism, one of the most consumer-focused events is happening in America in 2 weeks.
The Puppy Bowl.
Yes, the Puppy Bowl. Exactly.
Let's go.
No, it is the Super Bowl, and it kind of takes us into our main topic. But Leo, as a resident NFL fan, without Juan being here, what are you looking forward to most in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, take us home with the Super Bowl talk.
Like, I love the Super Bowl. Like, here, especially in America, everybody makes like a day out of it. Like, you get your pizzas, you get your beers. Even though
it's like a modern holiday.
Yeah, you don't even go for the teams. Everyone still gets together to watch them. The halftime show, like, I always thought that the commercial part was kind of weird, but some of them are kind of funny or can be like cool. But most of the time, it's just like commercials. But people be like, "Oh, the commercials, but they're just commercials."
Halftime show and all this stuff.
I guess like one of like the bigger parts of the news that we kind of like forgot to mention was just that Tom Brady retired. Well, at least he says he is,
for the second time.
Yeah, but like I don't know.
I think it's
that's the end of his career. He's been playing for as long as I've been alive, pretty much 23 years.
Yeah, it took everything. Took his family.
He's like, fuck it, I can't take it anymore.
I'm fucking done.
Took his hairline. You see the hairline now?
Yes.
That boy's just going underneath stress.
He's got to make a trip to Turkey soon.
Hey, who was that wide receiver he vouched for that was crazy? Antonio Brown.
Oh, Antonio
Brown.
Yeah.
Friend of Kanye West.
Mm-hmm. First, the first loss was him, and now his wife, and then his kids. And
dude, Antonio Brown was such an interesting NFL character. Like the things that he used to do and like alleged used to do is just like, dude, he would like fart. There's videos of him like farting while he's getting a massage, like actively, and you're just like, what the fuck are you? You're a grown man. Like, what is going on?
There's a bunch of conspiracies. I don't even know the conspiracies, but everybody thinks they had CTE. Because there's like a game where he got completely hit in the head and he got a really bad concussion. After that, he was never the same. Because before that, they like see his interviews, he was so normal, so like composed, and after that, he was never the same.
He got what's his face, Aaron Hernandez.
Dude, Aaron Hernandez was
the same thing.
Psychopath. What are you talking about?
Well,
I don't think it was the same thing.
It was like a behavior switch with the same guy, wasn't it? Or like he got like knocked pretty bad, and then like he went on a murderous game rampage.
I think he just went on a murder spree. I think he was always crazy.
I gotta watch
Shout
more
out
Netflix.
Aaron Hernandez.
I gotta watch more Netflix, right?
You didn't finish the documentary.
He was part of that Florida winning national championship team
with Tim Tebow,
like 2008.
Yeah,
with Tim Tebow, Aaron Hernandez was the other one.
The
coach was I forgot the coach. The coach was for the Myers guy. But that
there was
whole
like
team was crazy.
Bunch of criminals on that team, and to Tebow as a quarterback. It's just fucking crazy.
Like the random is like super religious quarterback, and all of a sudden a bunch of criminals.
What the hell?
Didn't they say that like 30 out of the 50 players on that team have been arrested?
What is this? The longest yard? I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, it might as well be. Dude, it's insane. Any prediction for you guys? I think specifically the game will probably be boring. Rihanna's performing at the halftime show, so anything compared to that is going to be boring as fuck.
I was just going to say, had they announced who's the halftime show? It's Rihanna?
It's been announced for like a year.
Wow. Oh, yeah, I guess they got to book that and all that shit, right?
Yeah,
I think and bids.
Yeah, the winner will be the Kansas City Chiefs. I think Patrick Mahomes will go on to really, really fucking dominate the league now.
A 2-time NFL champion, potentially if
I
he
can see
wins,
it.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Leo, as the resident
Well,
NFL.
like personally, I think it's either gonna go one or two ways. Either it's gonna be a really close game that the Chiefs barely pull off, just because like they have so many people injured, or the Eagles are going to completely dominate, just because they're like all
Yeah,
healthy, all like they have really good offense and really good defense. And so far, the Chiefs have been like struggling a little bit on defense, and all their like really good wide receivers are out. But at the same time, I think they can still pull it off. It'll be really unlikely that the Chiefs come in just complete destroy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's going to be a really close game where the Chiefs will pull it out at the end, or the Eagles will just dominate.
Damn. So
Kind
they're
of like what happened with the Eagles and where they play the 49ers, where they just destroyed the 49ers.
yeah, like
or
two
is it
years ago or
because the
something.
49ers didn't have a healthy roster? It sounds like
Yeah, they
most of the
also didn't have a
people.
healthy roster.
Oh no, Jesus.
Well, not even like they had like all their like good players in except for the quarterback, and I think that's what hurt them the most. Literally,
Damn.
their starting quarterback got hurt, and then their backup quarterback got hurt.
That's
But
right.
the thing
Yeah,
about their starting quarterback was already like the third string quarterback.
See, that's the thing about
So they were down to
Philadelphia.
like their fifth string quarterback.
If you don't bring your A game against Philly, you're gonna go down in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
That's
you know who is
that's why
gonna
I
go
got
down
my
in blaze of
money
glory?
on Philly.
You got your money on Philly. I think the city of Philadelphia cannot succeed, cannot afford for them to win.
Yeah.
The
Dude,
amount of
Philadelphia
just
fans are crazy.
Yeah.
dude, like the amount of rioting that happens when any success happens in any other sports franchise, like the police officers just like, God, please give Patrick
And
Mahomes the winning
I don't
ball.
know where I saw it once, but one time I saw, I think it was like right after they won the first, or not the first, their first Super Bowl, but the one I can remember with Nick Foles back in
Yeah.
like the a couple years ago. It was like 4 or 5 years ago, I think. That a lot of their police horses were getting punched. Why is that something that it was such a problem? They had to report on it because they're trying to control the crowds of the
Yeah, they're
horses.
like, no, just let
Nah, we're
us
gonna
do our
punch
thing.
him. Like
Fuck
king
you,
Oh
of
man,
Tom
Philadelphia.
Brady. Boom.
exactly. Yeah. Oh man, too funny.
Taking their anger out.
Um, you know,
Damn.
the topic that I want to talk about today is actually the Super Bowl is what spiked my interest in this topic. So Taco Bell has announced that they're providing a big game box on their menu, which
Big game.
got me thinking, what are some of the best fast food items that are limited time releases? So we'll go through this list and then you guys can debate me. I am criticizing each of these items on 3 separate categories, which are creativity, taste, and relive ability, meaning like you look forward to it another time, or like, damn, I wish this wasn't just for now.
Like a nostalgia factor, like, oh wow, like I like fondly remember it. I can't wait for it comes back again.
Right.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah. So starting off with a Taco Bell, there's 10 of these, by the way, 10 fast food items. We'll kind of blow through some of them really quickly, but for some of them, I'm sure they're going to be a topic of debate. And yes, these are in order. So it'll go from worst to best.
Okay.
All right. Ratings are out of 5. So starting with the Taco Bell Big Game Box, it is an ultimate game day box filled with a Mexican pizza, 4 crunchy tacos, 8 crispy chicken wings, and 2 spicy ranch dipping sauces.
The only thing that sounds like specialty out of there is a Mexican pizza.
That's also the first
The
time they're
wings. I
providing
didn't even
chicken
know that
wings.
Taco Bell had wings. Yeah,
Taco Bell's
they have
providing
wings now?
chicken wings. Yes, that's like a big fucking point of debate. Like,
What the hell?
I've seen people post pictures of like a toilet that's gone through like in Chernobyl,
Yeah.
and the caption will be like, "After you eat the Taco Bell wings." Who the fuck is buying wings from Taco Bell? Their beef tacos aren't even edible. Why are we buying chicken wings?
We're gonna rely
Something
on
they-
Taco Bell.
Right, exactly.
Fool me
So-
once, shame on you. Won't give Taco Bell again.
By the way, mistakenly, I had Taco Bell on Monday. just because I saw that this came out, and I'm like, that's kind of interesting. And I was, I haven't had Taco Bell in like almost a year. Like it's been since November. We actually like went back to see when it was. It felt horrible. Just felt absolutely sick after eating it for
What'd
like
you
2
order?
days.
A quesarito?
No, I just had like a chalupa burrito and a hard taco. Like I didn't even
Oh, okay.
go crazy. For this creativity, I think it's a 1 out of 5. The taste, I think it's a 1 out of 5, and the relivability is a 1 out of 5. So out of 15, they're scoring 3. You are not gonna buy chicken wings from Taco Bell. Of all the places to buy a big game box or like Super Bowl food, I would not go Taco Bell.
I mean, the go-to, everyone knows this, is Pizza Hut.
Yeah, Pizza Hut or like Buffalo Wild Wings is another big one. Like people just get wings and pizza. That's the most common for Super Bowl.
Hell, bowling alley wings are better than fucking Taco Bell wings.
Yeah,
More
who is
reliable, I
getting
would
that?
say.
Leo, opinion on the rating? Do you think I'm too harsh or do you agree?
Well, honestly, like I would have to agree, just because like I'm looking at it right now, just like a couple crunch style tacos, like Mexican pizza and some random wings for like it's kind of pricey, $22.
$22 for the
Especially because
box?
Yeah. I didn't
Oh,
include the
hell no.
price. I didn't include the price for a lot of these items. In fact, most of them, because like it is fast food, so the price is going to vary. Like depending on people's budget, like most of these items are going to be, most of them are going to be affordable. Like with all due
yeah,
respect.
I gave it a 1 out of.
it is.
I gave it a 1 out of 5, or 0 out of 5. $22.
Yeah,
Yuck.
I don't know.
Move it.
I don't
Nope.
see the point of it because like 3 crunchy tacos, like is it supposed to be for like one person or like
Yeah, also the
multiple people?
portion, right? The portion is like a
It's like so
Mexican
everybody
pizza,
gets. Yeah,
4
it's like
crunchy
what you
tacos, and 8 crispy chicken wings. Like, so that's
so I
like
guess.
two people maybe can share that.
Yeah, so because if you have like more than like 3 people, so everybody like have one taco, 2 wings, and like a little bite of the pizza or what?
Hey, everybody look at the pizza.
You know what? I changed my rating. I'm going to move it up to 1.5 because the only suitable time I can see this being a good thing is if season 2 of Wednesday comes out and you have the girls over. You're like, let's watch it. You know. Then
Hey, they're not eating more than one taco.
Oh yeah, exactly. So that's
Yeah.
perfect for that occasion. Other than that,
Fair enough.
nope.
Fair enough. The next item is the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip shake.
The Shamrock Shake. What's the
No,
difference?
the peppermint chip shake. Big difference. This item is here. Let me double check, make sure when it comes out.
Make sure it's not actually says the Shamrock Shake.
No, it's not. It's not. I swear. I swear. I had this and I didn't even know that it was so November 14th. So it's around like the holidays.
Okay.
I've had this and I didn't realize it was like limited time, but it did taste good. I will admit that. I thought the taste was a 5 out of 5. Creativity, I think it's a 2 out of 5. And for relivability, I think it's a 2 out of 5. I don't think that a peppermint shake is going to shock anyone's world, but I think that if you're at Chick-fil-A and you're like, hey, that actually sounds kind of nice to wolf down with my fucking spicy chicken deluxe sandwich, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
See, I have to go by your verdict on this one because they don't allow me in Chick-fil-A, my kind. So
The homosexuals.
they're very
Yeah.
they're very anti-allies.
They're very anti your kind.
You know that photo of Bernie Sanders being dragged away from like the civil
Yeah.
rights? That's me with Chick-fil-A. I'm like, I'm here supporting them. They're like dragging me out of Chick-fil-A, like,
It's like I don't want to give them my money, but they make hell of a good chicken sandwich.
God damn, is that chicken sandwich delicious?
I'll take the Polynesian
Goddamn.
sauce to go, please.
It's like I saw the reports of where that money is going. It's so good with the Chick-fil-A
Fuck, it's
sauce.
so good. Exactly. Yeah. Damn. The next one I have is the KFC Double Down.
The
Do you guys
double
remember-
down. Oh my god.
Double Down is number 3 on my list, meaning it's technically 7th out of 10th. The Double Down, I remember distinctly breaking the internet. It was,
yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember,
Yeah.
it was a sandwich where the buns were actually fried chicken. I remember distinctly YouTube, like all over YouTube, people were talking about it. They're like, what the fuck is KFC doing? The ads for it were crazy. So in my opinion, it was one of the first times that like, holy shit, like really like a fast food restaurant can really go viral. And also like just insane. Whose idea was it?
Yeah, I
Crazy
don't know if this
people.
is true or not, but I'm like reading this. It only had 540 calories and 52 grams of protein. Maybe they should bring that back.
52 grams of protein.
Dude, honestly, not
Whoa.
bad. Not bad.
Dude, for 500 calories, that's a steal. That's like
Yeah.
10.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, that's a third of your daily intake of protein and really like a third of your calories. So it's like it's
You
kind of the
can, yeah,
perfect
it's
meal.
like you can eat like 3 sandwiches for like 1,500 calories and be all your protein right there. And you still like 500 calories under 2,000.
You
They should
might
bring
not
that
feel
back.
well. Yeah, you might not feel well.
You might
On the
see
Um,
other
some.
hand, though, it does have like a almost like twice the amount of salt you should have for the day.
Oh
it's
yeah,
got like
the
the amount,
salt.
yeah, the sodium intake for like a week. You're like, I might need to drink a gallon of water with
you
this fucking one sandwich.
you'll be pretty jacked, but you're gonna lose a toe.
Like, "Ugh." Yeah, the creativity is a 5 out of 5 because I remember KFC actually posted a meme of they're like, we are now gonna offer a KFC big bucket where the bucket is made out of fried chicken. So they really went in on this. The taste of it, they actually brought it back a couple of years ago. Like within the last 10 years, they brought it back
Uh-huh.
just for like shits and giggles, and it wasn't bad. It tastes interesting because you're like, it's just chicken. You're just having chicken. Like
Yeah,
it's
this is
but
protein.
the relivability, I think it's a 1 out of 5. Like once you have
Okay.
it, I don't think you really need to have it again. You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, yeah, I had it. Like, it's not that interesting.
I had it just to say I had it.
Exactly.
What's
Um,
the next one here?
the next one, so number 6 is the Burger King chicken fingers.
That's a limited edition thing.
10 out of 10 on everything.
Wow.
They are fucking amazing. And I think in the last 2 to 3 months, I had an original Burger King chicken sandwich. Dude, I don't know what they do to their chicken. It is
Wait, the
so
chicken
fucking good.
fingers or the chicken fries, weren't they?
The chicken fries. The chicken
Yeah.
fries. But yeah, just whatever recipe they do with their chicken is just amazing. Like their chicken fries, they're just super, super good. They're great. For creativity, I mean, it's got to be like a 1 out of 5. Like chicken fingers aren't like a thing of the. It didn't like change the world, but it tastes as a 5 out of 5. And
I'm gonna have to
relivability,
disagree with the creativity. Just because
please.
the little box, it goes up to 4 out of 5. They had a cute ass box.
Yeah,
A
chicken
little
box.
I
chicken.
will agree with that.
Yeah.
The marketing on that box alone is like adorable. It's like a
Yeah.
little chicken, and like you pop it open, and the best part, Leo, you actually reminded me, is once you pop it open, in between the not hinges, but in between the fold, you can fit a sauce packet.
What?
Fucking brilliant. Yes.
Bro, that's nuts. I had no clue.
So you know what? Creativity, I'm gonna go 5 out of 5.
Dude,
I take that back.
much like Flow
Just because that
Rider.
little box.
Little
Yeah.
box.
And relivability, 5 out of 5.
Damn.
Like I think it's a great fucking product.
Bro,
It's delicious.
I'm essentially like a brand ambassador of Burger King. I had no clue you could like use that sauce packet sauce thing like that.
Yeah, they'll probably bring him back closer to summer. They always do, right, Leo? They'll like bring him back.
Yeah, I
I don't
think
know why I
so.
said right, Leo. But,
No, but
uh,
I've seen them like always like on like bringing back and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like the
yeah.
McRib, how it always comes back at a certain time.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of we're getting into the top 5. Number 5 is actually the McDonald's McRib.
What?
The McRib it's like a nationwide event for us Americans.
I thought it was gonna be number one. You know, I'm surprised it's
No,
number 4.
you'll see why the list, and I will defend my points to a T. All right, I'm not afraid of anyone's opinions. The McRib, the creativity is a 1 out of 5. It's just like a boneless barbecue sandwich. The taste is easily a 2 out of 5. It is not a great tasting sandwich, but the relivability is a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
because you're waiting in
We
line
got
at the drive-thru. You're just like, oh, is this even going to be good?
I might as well get it. I'm in line, you know.
And dude, all
what's
the commercials.
the iconic line? The "It's back."
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Have you guys seen that one Family Guy episode where they're like, they brought the McRib back? They're like, it's back! Oh my god, everybody get in the car! Everybody get...
Bro, Family
They just
Guy, The Simpsons, this is so popular. Like it's in all
they
pop
just
culture.
push it down our throats. McDonald's is like, the McRib is back.
Yeah.
And dude, I guarantee you, if it's back, I'm buying like 3 in 1 week. I don't know what it is. They'll even have
It's
like a
like
limit of per person.
it's like it's back. You walk up to the drive-thru. I heard it's back. Is it true? They're like, yeah, it's back.
Give me that.
And it tastes awful. You regret it as soon as you
It's
leave
not
the
good.
drive-through. You're
It's
like,
not good.
why
The
did I?
onions are way too thick to chew on. The pickles, you get one in the entire sandwich, but you're like, yes, this is what I live for.
And it's if it's a poor quality McDonald's, the meat's cold in the middle, and you're like, what the hell? Why did I
It was
wait so long?
microwave before it was put in your bag.
For real.
Yes. Oh my God. Going on to number 4 is the Taco Bell Doritos collaboration hard tacos.
The locos
Doritos
and all the
Locos.
stuff and the
The
volcano,
Cool Ranch, the nacho cheese.
Diablo, whatever, the hot one.
For me, I'm not kidding. I wrote literally made me come.
Oh yeah.
For me, this was like an amazing thing because as a teenager and as someone who at the time really loved Taco Bell,
Yep.
it was like, what?
You
can
never
make-
imagined that it would be gone. Like it was just it'd be always a staple. It's never going to be like a limited edition. You know.
Dude, it was so good. And it's also like the crowd that likes Taco Bell, you're either drunk, you're high, or you're a teenager, or you're just like, you know what? I just want something that's not going to make me feel good in 3 hours. That's not going to make me feel good in 3 days. I need something to make me feel good right now.
I wanna
And Taco
feel
Bell is
good.
usually that. You're just like eating it and you're like, oh, this tastes like shit, but I love it.
It's drugs. It's literally like I'm looking for my next fix.
You know when you give your dog your food
Yeah.
and the way it just looks at you like fucking hypnotized.
Start
you're like,
salivating.
that's how I feel when I eat Taco Bell. I'm like, this isn't gonna make me feel well. But especially when that came out, it was just amazing. So creativity, 5 out of 5.
Yep.
Taste, 1 out of 5. And relivability, 5 out of 5.
Definitely. I want some right now. Just talking about it.
Just yeah. I don't know if I said anything about the McRib. Going back to it real quick. Creativity, 1 out of 5. Taste. Oh, I did. Relivability. Yes, I did. Okay.
Okay.
Going
What's
back
number
to number
3?
4.
4. Okay.
4. Number 4 is. Or did I screw up my numbers?
No. 5 was McRib. 4
Yeah, that
was
was-
the Taco
Yeah,
Bell.
I fucked
Doritos
up.
Locos.
So yeah.
3 was
Yeah,
the.
so- Yeah.
We're
Number
just on
4.
3.
Yeah. Now this is actually number 4. I fucked up my counting.
Wait, so
number
Doritos
4.
Locos was number 5?
Doritos Locos is number 5. Yeah.
Yeah,
McRib
McRib
just
is
got
number
edged out.
6.
Yes.
What?
You'll see why.
Okay.
Number 4 is the Popeyes Cajun style turkey.
Get out of here. What? The Cajun style turkey? That
Yes.
beat the McRib?
Yes. Because it's perfect. You're like, I need to make a turkey and I don't feel like doing anything.
What racist
It's
made this
perfect.
list? Who made this list? Who's behind this? What the hell?
This is entirely my list. It took a lot of research to find limited. It's not just something that people talk about actively, which is like limited edition fast food items. Cajun style turkey for the holidays. Think about it. It's just interesting that Popeyes were like, we know that people love our Cajun seasoning on chicken, on fries. What about if we just made a turkey and sold it to people? So fuck it. Who cares? Creativity, 5 out of 5. Taste, 3 out of 5. Relivability, 1 out of 5. Once you have it, I'm sure you're not going to need it again.
Oh yeah,
So you remember?
it's like actual Thanksgiving. Like when you have leftover turkey from carving, you're like, I'll just make a sandwich out of this. You're like, why?
Fuck it. Exactly.
Why did I eat this? Like,
Yeah. You're like, why? Yeah, exactly. But
okay.
I don't know.
So what's your number 3 then?
Number 3 is another big one for the holidays is the Pizza Hut triple threat box.
I do agree with this one. Yes.
This is what everything is included: 2 medium 1-topping pizzas, 5 breadsticks, and 10 Cinnabon mini rolls. And for this one, I actually did include the price. So you are actually saving anywhere from 23 to 43% when you buy this box as opposed to buying each item individually.
And the box itself has like 3 different like openings too, which is like really cool.
Yeah, we talk about marketing. I mean, it's like it comes in a little, like this, and then little drawers that you pull out.
Yep.
It also comes out during the Christmas holidays.
Here's a cool little side note about the Domino's triple threat box, right?
Pizza Hut.
The Pizza Hut triple threat box. WWE has 4 like big major pay-per-views, right? And one of them is like Survivor Series. They had a whole battle royal that was themed. The Pizza Hut triple threat box and all this bullshit. And they've been progressively getting worse with this. Since last week, they had the first Royal Rumble Mountain Dew pitch black match. So like it was neon lights and like pitch black Mountain Dew logos all over the arena. And one of the wrestlers had the Mountain Dew tattoo on him.
Oh my god, dude! I love capitalist America.
Brandon, brand.
Just shove it down our throats. Don't even be like, oh, sponsored by Pizza Hut triple threat box. It's like, do you love triple threat tag team matches? Well, Pizza Hut is coming at you with 10 Cinnabon rolls and 5 breadsticks.
And it was more egregious than that. They were like wrestling with like pizza in the ring and like running around the ring and like eating the pizza like purposely on camera. But I'm glad they made it your top 5 though, because I agree with that one.
Top three,
baby.
Creativity, 5 out of 5.
I agree.
Well,
Taste, 5 out of 5.
We gotta enjoy it because Pizza Hut might not be around for much longer. You know, everywhere I see, they're all closing down.
Yeah,
for real.
They're gonna go to like only delivery. They're gonna have like a kitchen that makes pizzas and somebody picks them up to drive them.
They might go Papa John's method, just sell frozen pizza. I'll buy it.
Who knows?
Hell yeah.
Relivability, 5 out of 5.
Definitely.
This is just an amazing deal. It's interesting and it's fun. You know, pizza's amazing.
All right, what's your top 2?
Number 2 is the McDonald's Shamrock Shake.
The Shamrock Shake's your top 2? That's my number 1, baby. How is it not your
overrated? Most overrated thing I've ever seen.
Yes.
Everybody would hype it up, and I'd be like, "Oh, let me go try it." It just tasted like
super, mint shake,
super sweet mint. It kind of felt like if you were like drinking like a icebreaker, like the spearmint icebreakers.
But is it overrated because it has just been such a staple now? Like March time comes around, the Shamrock Shake is back, and you're like, "Yeah, I need that in my fucking veins."
Boys, we're Catholic. Where's your Catholic pride?
Yeah,
this is the drink of our people. What the hell?
Creativity, I have it down for 1 out of 5. Taste is a 5 out of 5. Even my lactose intolerant ass is going to McDonald's. And relivability is a 5 out of 5.
Yep.
I mean, like you want that every year.
I wish it was March already.
Just for that Shamrock Shake.
Yep.
It really does depend on the McDonald's that you go through because it's not always the best.
And most ice machines are fucking broken.
They're like, oh, we just ran out. You're like, oh my fucking God. Oh my God.
I waited 10 minutes.
I have to go to McDonald's again. I have to get in line to McDonald's again.
All right, so I'm really surprised to hear what beat out the McRib.
At number 1 for the best holiday limited edition fast food item is Starbucks pumpkin spice.
I can't do this podcast anymore. That's your number 1? Pumpkin spice?
Yes.
Let me guess. How many hours of Netflix you watch?
It's on right now.
That one's a 5 out of 5. Honestly, nothing better than putting on your flannels, your pumpkin spice, going to the pumpkin patch.
Putting your Ugg boots on.
Exactly. Put on your Uggs. The reason that this is number 1 is because this has now become a worldwide phenomenon.
Of like a being joked on, like.
Exactly. But it's like the reason it's such a like deep meme at this point is because like it is so popular. Like there is such like a person that associates with pumpkin spice. And like even like when it was first like popping off as one of those like popular items, it was like, do you like pumpkin spice latte? Like if you do, I can't fucking talk to you. Like it's a point of debate, it's a heated discussion. And I think is just an intelligent marketing move from Starbucks. If you drive down 5 minutes from where I live, there is a car shop that on their sign says pumpkin spice oil changes are now back.
Jesus
like
Christ.
that's how popular this thing became. Like it just became a thing of its own. For creativity, I think it's a 5 out of 5. For taste, it's a 5 out of 5. For relivability, it's it goes in line with what this ranking was, which was how bad do you want these holiday items? Like, and when they're in season, when they're being sold, like how big is that line to get it?
See,
and I think this item is that thing.
I agree with you. I think
Honestly,
culturally
yeah.
speaking, it does make a big impact. Kind of like you were saying, like with dudes like, Blade Runner, like that's literally me. But like pumpkin spice comes around, there's like girls like that's literally me. Like that's my drink. Like
This is the Batman video compilation. It's just seeing girls walk through a pumpkin patch with their boyfriend drinking and just girls being like, that's me. I'm her.
Yep.
Listening to Taylor Swift. Like there's like a whole like concept of people that deal with this. Like it's just I feel like it's really like a very popular thing.
Yeah. I'm you know what? You turned me around. As soon as you said it was pumpkin spice, I was like, God damn it. But then you mentioned the culture significant on like, everything. 100% agree.
In fact, when I first started making this list, without a question, I didn't even have to think about like the top 3. The top 3 were like in that order. I was like the Shamrock Shake, like for how significant it is, like the Pizza Hut triple threat box, and like without a doubt, pumpkin spice at Starbucks is like the number one thing. Like
triple threat
just changed everything. It changed how limited edition things get looked at. So that's my list. If you guys agree or disagree, comment down below. Tell me what your favorite limited edition item is. And yeah, we'll keep the podcast moving.
Honestly, this is a great note, and I want to end the podcast and go get me some Taco Bell right now. I want to go see if they got any Doritos Loco Tacos.
How about we end on a personal question? I want to keep that trend going. What is your guys' favorite limited edition fast food item? Doesn't have to be one on the list. Can be something completely different. But out of the ones maybe that I did mention.
To this day, I have 3 packets left of the BTS sauce that was released maybe 2 years ago. And I'm like, it's like my heirloom. I'm going to leave to my kids. Like, you have no clue how great this sauce was. Here.
Yeah.
Don't open it because it'll kill you.
Yeah. McDonald's has been killing it. Dude, I have 4 Happy Meal toys from their Travis Scott collection.
Oh, nice.
I went to McDonald's for like dinner every day for like a week and just trying to get all the toys. So shout out to their collaborations.
Shout out to McDonald's.
What about Leo? What's your favorite limited edition fast food item?
Honestly, for me personally, it might just be the McRib, but that's more for nostalgia. Nothing better than like when I was in middle school, going to basketball games, coming back late and like a cold winter day, and then your dad would be like, "Oh, let's go buy McDonald's," and then they'd be like, "Oh, what do you like?" Like, well, you see a big sign for McRib, you're like, "Let me get a McRib."
Just remembering back to like the days before your parents were divorced, like the McRib. The McRib brings me back to happy times.
Well, mostly just brings me back to my glory days when I had like NBA aspirations, but then like my knee gave out.
Dude,
you could have been Giannis's teammate.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, you could have got
his
pro.
teammate, but
dude, and one would have picked you up. Like, we need you in our shorts.
Yeah. we need you on the pitch on the pitch. We need you on the court with the professor out there.
My damn knee,
Yeah, man, dude. The ACL, man.
Happens to the best of us.
Exactly. Wow, what a podcast episode, huh?
Yeah, I definitely. Wow, what a great audience, huh? Wow, what a great podcast, huh?
Wow, what a great podcast.
But no, seriously, folks, thank you so much for joining us for another exciting episode. And as always, look out for this Sundays. By the time this episode comes out, there'll be a Sunday episode where your personal Phil, will be trying out different taco food trucks in Milwaukee, and talking to a person that lived out in California that was part of the food truck life, and talks about what to look for and any, what telltale signs makes a good food truck.
Hell yeah. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're clicking on this video, if you have not already followed us on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, make sure you do. And as always, thank you much for joining.
See you all next week.
Beautiful.
Wait, that was the intro. I'll cut the
Yes.
see you all next week part.
It's okay. We can just cut that out.